Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. This is going to be a nice morning wake up flow. We're going to start this one at the top of our mat in a beautiful standing position. So go ahead and meet me there. Your most beautiful Tadasana. We will start by grounding through the feet here. So once we land at the top of the mat, we're going to go ahead and bring our gaze down to our feet. Maybe offering up a little bit of gratitude here. And then we're going to pick the toes up. Spread those toes as wide as we can get them, and slowly, one by one, bringing all the toes down to the mat. Gripping through those toes and lift them up again. Spread them wide, slowly putting them back to the mat. Big grip through those feet. And then once more, we'll lift them up and spread them wide as you can get them, and then slow lower down here. Grip through the mat. We're going to go ahead and come up onto the toes here and back down, back onto the toes, back down, and back onto the toes, and slowly lower. Beautiful. Tucking that tailbone, rolling the shoulder blades down the back body, palms are facing forward here. Nice inhale and exhale to let it all go. Throughout this practice, remembering that our inhales allow us to take in all of the positive energy, all the clarity and inspiration. And all the exhales are a time that we can release all that is no longer serving us, creating space for the growth and transformation. Take another full round of breath here. Inhale those arms up and overhead. We're going to swing them forward and then backwards, just getting some nice shoulder mobility happening here. We'll go this way a few times, and then we'll reverse our circle. Really trying to take these arms as big as you can get them. And let's reverse the circle, going backwards. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and inhale that right arm up and allow it to come into the small of our back. Left arm's going to reach around to try and touch that small of the back. You can interlace the fingers if that's accessible to you. Otherwise, we're just actively reaching to get the shoulders stretched out here. A few rounds of breath. One more round of breath here. Gentle release. Go and take your arms into a big T, and we're going to pivot to the side of the mat so the whole front body is looking towards the edge of the mat, back of the room, side of the room. Inhale back to center, arms up. And let's take those circles again. So we're going to go forward with the circles. And then we're going to go backwards with the circles. You should already be feeling those shoulders saying good morning. Left arm reaches up, bend through the elbow, reaching for the small of the back here. Maybe reaching that right arm around, seeing how far you can get. And of course, as always, noticing the difference between the two sides. One more round of breath here. Slowly release, bringing those arms into a T. Open up to the left. Nice and gentle. And back to center. Beautiful job. We're going to do a few salutations here. So inhale those arms up. we're going to slice through the sky to come into a forward fold. Go ahead and come up, half lift, and fold. We'll just hang out here for 2 or 3 rounds of breath. You can heel toe your feet to hip distance apart. That feels good for you here. Maybe taking a light sway left or right. Or maybe finding stillness if that's what you're going for this morning. Peeling up to standing slowly. Rolling the shoulder blades back. Head and neck come last. Big smile. Gazes forward. Inhale the arms up. Slicing through the sky. Halfway lift. Fold. Peeling up. Arms go up. Gaze goes towards the hands. And on that exhale, we'll slice through the sky. Halfway lift. Fold. We're going to plant the right hand in between the feet. Go ahead and bend through that right leg and send that left arm up. We'll take one more full round of breath here. Slowly release. Left hand goes in between the feet. Right arm reaches up. Left knee bends. Maybe taking your gaze towards that right hand. One more full round of breath here. And on that exhale, right hand plants. We're going to roll up one more time to standing. Roll the shoulder blades back, palms face forward. Beautiful. Arms reach up, gaze follows. Exhale, slicing through the sky. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we fold. We're going to plant the hands and step the feet back to a plank. Take your gaze forward and then lower down the knees and then the chest and the chin. Roll forward into our cobra. And we'll all exhale by tucking those toes and sending the hips up and back. Downward dog. It's our first down dog, so go ahead and pedal the feet out. Might be a little bit tighter. Really pushing through the shoulders here, equally through both hands. Nice, slow pedal here. Beautiful. Slowly come forward into plank. Lower down the knees, untuck the toes, and then lower down the chest and the chin. Come through into our cobra, and we're all going to push back into a child's pose. Arms are reaching forward, so we got active pose. One more round of breath. Slowly peel up. We're going to take the knees back about 6 inches or so. Walking the hands slightly forward and allowing the chest to come towards the earth, coming into our puppy pose here. You can bring the forehead towards the mat or the chin, whichever feels better in your body here. Remembering to breathe. We'll take one more round of breath here.
Slowly we'll come onto the forearms and come all the way forward onto our bellies here. We're going to take the arms into a T, using the right arm to kick over or help us push over onto that left shoulder. Beautiful stretch here. The next inhale will allow us to roll back onto our bellies. Right arm stretches out. Left arm uses that to push us over. Shoulder. Coming back around to our bellies here. We're going to go ahead and bend through those knees, maybe reaching around to grab those feet with your hands. Now, if this doesn't feel good, you can do locust. It's a great way to warm up too. Otherwise, we're going to point through those feet, and when it feels good on an inhale, we'll lift up and release. Keep those grip. If you're in locust, come down. We're going to come up again. Round of breath. Next inhale, we lift. Squeezing it all in together. And slowly release. Beautiful job. We're going to go ahead and plant the hands, tuck the toes, push up through a plank. We'll just hold this plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send those hips up and back. Beautiful job. We're going to go ahead and step that right foot forward in between the hands, lower down that back leg, untuck the toe. When it feels good, we can rise up, low lunge, arms overhead. Send the hips forward here, making sure that right knee stays in line with that right foot. Go ahead and open up that twist to the right. Let's go ahead and drop that right hand. Left hand reaches up. Beautiful. Left hand comes down beside that right foot. Reach that right arm up. Gentle twist. Hands come back to the mat. Push back half splits. Legs are a little tight. Nice little bend in that right knee will be very much appreciated by your hamstrings. Next inhale brings us forward, tucking those back toes, planting the hands, and stepping the right foot back to meet that left foot. Take a round of breath here. And we're going to step the left foot forward in between the hands. Lower down back knee, untuck toes. On an inhale, we'll rise up, arms up and overhead, sending the hips forward here. Open up those arms into a T towards the left side of the mat. Lower down left hand, right hand reaches up and overhead. Beautiful. This right hand plants beside left foot. Left arm up and overhead. Easy. Twist. Beautiful. Left hand comes back to the mat. Push back. Half splits. Pulling that left foot towards your face. Digging that heel into the earth here. Rolling forwards, tucking the back toes, planting the hands, sending the left foot back to meet the right.
downward facing dog. Go ahead and take your feet to the outer edges of the mat. We're going to reach this right hand towards this left leg. Nice twist, looking under that left armpit. Beautiful. Right hand plants. Left hand reaches towards right leg, looking under that right armpit. Beautiful. Left hand comes back to the top of the mat. Walk the feet back into the middle line. We're going to take a vinyasa here. Rolling forward, plank. You can do knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga up dog. We're all going to meet downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale that right leg up. 3-leg dog. Open those hips up. Big, big, big stretch here. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. Pivot on that back foot. Opening up into our warrior 2 position. Left hand lowers, right hand sweeps up and overhead. Back to warrior 2. Hands at heart center. We're going to come into a warrior 3, so go ahead and turn towards the front of the mat. And when it feels good, you can kind of get to popping up on that back foot to come up to warrior 3. Rooting down to that right big toe, finding that gazing point in front of you. Coming to stand up, bringing that left knee into chest. Hold. Big step back here into high lunge, arms up and overhead. And open up those arms to the right. Right arm drops, left arm reaches up. Big reach. Windmill those arms to frame the foot. Step it back, down dog. And let's vinyasa. All meet down dog. Shake out those shoulders, those hips. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg up, 3-leg dog. Big open hips. Big stretch. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. Pivot on that back foot. Open up, warrior 2. Right hand lowers, left hand reaches up and overhead. Back to warrior 2. Go ahead and bring the hands at heart center. Start getting some buoyancy on that back foot. Pop it up. Warrior 3. You got this. Inhale brings us up. Knee to chest. Big hold here. Beautiful, active power and stretch. Big step back. High lunge. Over, arms up and overhead. Open up towards the left. Left hand drops, right hand reaches up and overhead. Breathing. Windmill the arms to frame the foot. Step back, down dog. Taking a vinyasa, we'll all meet child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Coming back to that breath. Using the breath to move all that energy around, all those positive thoughts.
Slowly we'll peel up. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. And we're going to bend through the left leg. And then this right foot's going to come on the outer edge of this left leg. If you don't like this, you can straighten this leg and do it this way. Choice can be yours. But if you like it this way, I'm going to take left elbow, right knee, right hand behind us. Breathing. One more round of breath here. And then we can come back around. Whichever way you are, we're going to allow this right leg to come on over. So you're either going to be in cow legs, or you've got the left leg out long and the right is totally wrapped around. You're going to feel this in your outer right hip. And if you have your left leg extended, you're also going to feel that in your hamstrings. So we're just sitting up nice and tall here. If you want to fold forward, be my guest. Otherwise, we're just going to hang out here for about a minute. Just trying to bear with these hips that can hold so much. And we just want to be able to release all that energy that's stored there. And so we come here and we sit in the discomfort, knowing that it's temporary. And focusing on the breath instead of the discomfort is what will get us through this minute. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands forward. Now, if you've got your leg extended, you're going to have to do some maneuvering here. But if not, we're going to pick the body up and we're just going to spin these legs to the back of the mat. We're in a wide-legged forward fold, semi-wide-legged. My feet are only at the outer edges of my mat, and we're folding. Finding a nice pulse, or you can find stillness if that's what your body's calling for here. We'll take one more round of breath here. And go ahead and walk towards the right, and we're going to be spinning back down. And now this left leg is over our right leg. I know y'all love that just as much as me. So before we take our twist, we're going to sit here for approximately a minute, 7-ish breaths. Same things on this side, really concentrating on the breath, not the discomfort. Positive, loving thoughts towards self right here. If you want to fold forward, you can. Be my guest. Whatever feels good for you today. One more round of breath. And slowly, this left foot is going to come on the outer edge of that right leg. Right elbow hooking that left knee, left hand behind us. And breathe. Filling up that belly. Getting that digestive massage, well worth it.
Beautiful. Wherever you are, coming back around to the center, unraveling those legs, bringing the hands behind us. Let's go ahead and take some windshield wiper with these legs real quick. You can do this on level 2 if you feel a little bit froggy this morning. We're going to push up into either a reverse plank or a reverse tabletop. So bringing those feet to the ground, either out in front or tucked in, whichever variation you're going to do. Hands are behind us, fingers are pointed towards the back of the mat. On an inhale, we'll lift up, engaging the glutes, the thighs, and the core. Maybe taking the gaze up. And if it feels good, you can drop the head back here, continuing to press and lift. And breathe. We're not holding or clenching the breath here. We'll take one more round wherever you've chosen to be. And slowly we'll lower down. Big hug at the knees here, wrapping your arms around. Maybe bringing your forehead to your knees. And here we are. We're going to rock and roll onto our backs, getting a beautiful massage through the spine here. Oh, yes, I love this. And we're going to leave the legs up. Take the hands under the booty, and we're just going to do our leg lifts, where you can do both, or if you don't want to do both, you can just do one at a time. So one at a time is going to look like this, or you can do both, whichever feels more groovy for you today. We're going to go for 10. Point, flex, doesn't matter. Pointing is easier for me, and let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, you got this. 10. Working them hip flexors. Leave those feet up. Now we're going to flex them towards our face. You can bend the knees, doesn't really matter here. We're going to take our arms and reach up, and we're going to pulse, okay, for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold up. We got this. And release. Hug those knees into the chest. Swaying left to right here. Beautiful. Rocking up. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position. Middle of the mat or front back. Doesn't really matter which part of the mat you land on. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Let's just sit here for a moment, feeling all of that energy coursing through the body. Maybe in offering up some gratitude. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, including you and me. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me for this wonderful full body morning wake up flow. I hope your day is absolutely wonderful. And as always, leave me a comment, like, share. I love the support from you guys. And I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow.